Welcome to our explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the clothes we wear. It's a story that, believe it or not, starts with a single thread and stretches all the way across the globe. And right now, it's being completely rewritten by technology. I mean, really, have you ever stopped to think about it? You see a shirt, you like it, you buy it. Simple, right? But the journey that shirt took to get into your closet, well, it's anything but simple. You've got spinning the yarn, weaving the fabric, dyeing it, cutting it, sewing it. It's this massive globe-spanning dance of logistics. And for the longest time, the whole thing has been surprisingly old school, managed with stacks of paperwork, endless phone calls, and spreadsheets that don't talk to each other. And as you can probably imagine, trying to run a super fast-paced global industry on paper and phone calls, well, that's created some pretty serious, long-standing problems. Just try to picture it. You're trying to coordinate all those steps, but you don't have one single place to see what's going on. Your data is all over the place. You're planning based on hunches and best guesses. And if a new trend suddenly takes off or a shipment gets delayed, the whole chain is just too slow to react. That means waste, delays, and a whole lot of inefficiency. But what if you could connect every single part of that process digitally? Well, for one company, that very question turned into a multi-decade obsession. For more than 22 years, a company called HuanSi has had one and only one goal: to drag the entire textile industry kicking and screaming into the digital age. This wasn't some new idea they had last year. This has been their mission from the very beginning. And their whole philosophy, really, is captured right here in this banner. It's not just some corporate slogan you'd see on a poster. It's a statement of some seriously deep dedication. A group of people, a lifetime, one thing. Just let that sink in for a second. That speaks to a level of focus that is just incredibly rare. They're not just building some software. They're dedicating their entire professional lives to solving this one single massive challenge for this one industry. So, how in the world do you even start to tackle a mission that big? Well, it definitely didn't happen overnight. It was a really strategic, step-by-step journey that spans decades. It all kicked off way back in 2002. For years, they just built up their expertise. But then you start to see these key moments where things really take off. In 2016, they start mixing hardware and software. By 2017, they're hitting major sales numbers and going international. Then in 2020, they partner with a giant like Decathlon, which proved their system could handle massive scale. And that financing in 2021, that just threw fuel on the fire. This was a slow, methodical buildup. All right, so let's pop the hood and actually look at the technology that makes all of this work. Because it's not just one piece of software, it's a complete digital ecosystem. You know, the best way to think about their platform is like a central nervous system for the entire factory. It connects every single machine, every single process, and lets the whole operation work like one big intelligent organism. And it's all built on three key pieces of tech. First up, you've got the ERP. This is the brains of the operation. It's handling all the high-level business stuff, taking in the orders, managing the money, and setting the overall strategy for what needs to get made. Next is the MES. So if the ERP is the brain, think of the MES as the factory floor manager. It takes the grand plan from the brain and actually makes it happen in real time. It's tracking every single piece, watching every production line, and making sure the work is getting done right now. So how does the MES know what's going on? Through IoT, the Internet of Things. These are the sensors of the factory. We're talking smart sensors on the weaving machines, the sewing machines, the dyeing vats, all collecting live data. How fast is it running? Are there any errors? How much fabric is left? And it feeds all of that information straight into the system. And what's really impressive here is this scope. This isn't just a fix for one little part of the process. Nope, they have specific, tailored systems for every single stage, from the raw fiber being spun into thread, all the way to managing the final distribution to stores. It's a true end-to-end digital thread. Okay, so what does all this connected technology actually let a factory do? Well, this is where it gets kind of mind-blowing. It unlocks an incredible amount of flexibility. A factory that's running on this system can handle two completely opposite jobs. On the one hand, it can turn out massive, high-volume orders for global brands like Decathlon, where it's all about efficiency and scale. And on the other hand, the very same system can process a single, made-to-measure, custom order for just one person, focusing on tiny details and a one-piece workflow. And it's not just for one type of product either. This digital backbone can manage the production of pretty much everything: professional uniforms, woven jackets, delicate cashmere sweaters, custom fit suits, and even stuff for your home, like towels and bedding. The core logic is always the same: track it, manage it, and make it better. So let's just zoom out for a minute and think about the bigger picture here. Because the ability to create a digital factory like this has ripple effects that go way beyond just one company or even one industry. Because at the end of the day, this whole revolution isn't just about making things faster. It's about making them smarter. When you can plan your production with this kind of precision, you cut down on wasted material, which is a huge problem in fashion. And when you track every step, you create a transparent supply chain where brands and even you can know exactly how and where your clothes were made. It's just a smarter, more sustainable way of doing things. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. The clothing industry is one of the oldest, most complicated industries on the planet. If it can be completely rewired with a digital nervous system, what can't? It really makes you wonder what other parts of our physical world are just waiting for their own digital transformation.